Oh, baby, what is up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. The Shanghai Major does continue, and my, oh my, we got a shakedown and a breakdown of matches we'll show at the back half of this video. But most recently, we talked about the Amouranth drama to all of you, and that being the Wildcard Sonic versus Amouranth stuff. It's the don't bite the hand that feeds you drama. In case you guys missed that, it was actually Wildcard making it to the elimination stage. They are now out of the Major, but still a very good run. And it was people like Dexerto saying Amouranth's CS org, and then saying Wildcard, to which some of the players, especially Sonic, maybe took some bother to this and replied saying, or you could just say Wildcard. That led to future interactions between him and his now co-owner Amouranth, who co-owns and is vested into Wildcard, saying don't bite the hand that feeds you. We now have a response from her on her VOD channel on this channel, if that makes sense. And so let's break it down. And I'm sure she saw a lot of the comments that you guys had left on this channel on that video as well, but at least she did respond, saying my value add is in part to court press attention. It would be akin to me criticizing Stannis for playing so well. He gets mentioned in the article's headline. His playing well is his job. Mine is creating an attention funnel. So I should do less of that, like how I do take into account what he said when my role is literally get the attention of outfits such as Dexerto. I agree with you though, if I could do it again, I'd back channel it, but hey, more eyes this way, I guess. And I actually really like that response. I know some people out there wouldn't, but it's the same thing when you had the original argument, right, between Amouranth and Sonic. You understood both sides, right? That is what Amouranth is there to do. That is why Wildcard has her as a co-owner, to get attention, to make headlines, and hence why outlets are going to use her name in front of a lesser known CS team's name, Wildcard. Everyone knows that. Vice versa, though, like she also says, would have did that in back channels, would have privated that conversation and not gone ahead and publicly said, don't bite the hand that feeds you, because that comes across the wrong way, right? Like, you can imagine any other co-owner out there. Just imagine Jason Lake quote tweeting ELIGE and saying, hey, don't bite the hand that feeds you. It would not go well. And at least there seems to be understanding of that. And that's that. And if you want to bet if Amouranth's going to be in any more drama throughout her CS tenure, I would say that's probably pretty strong. I've also been betting on this major with Thunderpick Esports Betting. If you guys don't know, they're our partner, have been for quite some time. We love them. 21 plus only. Please bet responsibly. But let's get back to this news. But speaking of ELIGE and speaking of a major run that was cut maybe a bit short of his expectations, is someone going to save ELIGE? We now have comment from him thanks to HLTV, and it sounds like he has no set plans for 2025, but he wants to do one thing, and he wants to win. I think we are all probably in agreement that ELIGE is by far and away your best player on Complexity. He is one of your best players in all of North America, has been for quite some time. And so to see him, I mean, I honestly, I think Complexity just making the major and making a decent run, that was the expectation. Maybe their expectation was elimination stage and further, but for me, they met the expectation. I'm sure for someone like ELIGE, though, he obviously wants to go further, as he did comment, stating we haven't talked about anything obviously, and I don't have any plans that are already set or anything like that, but for me, I want to win next year. I've been feeling like I want to win. I'm ready to win for 2025, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure I'm in that position to win. God, I love his one-liners. It's just like, it's great to see. Now, does that mean he will stay with Complexity? I have no idea. I would have to imagine other teams are piquing interest in ELIGE. Would he go to an EU comp? I mean, I think that's a question that has to be asked. I mean, for a long time, Complexity has been a mainstay of North American Counter-Strike. That is why they have garnered so much respect, but they have fallen short of the tippity top of you know, what NA maybe has had little tingles of in the past, right? It's been a while. So would ELIGE pull a twist and eventually go to an EU or international roster just to win? And could you blame him? No. Would I love to see him in a North American mix though? Yes. So that's a question for him to maybe answer in the future. I'm sure he has options, but will someone save ELIGE? Where do you guys think he can go? And what's the future of this Complexity squad is also a big question. They make another major. They don't make quite the run they want to, so we'll see what their future is as well. And speaking of a team who has no troubles making a run, you got to throw some jokes in there. Thanks to Reddit on this one. This is probably one of the... dare I say cringe. It's one of the weirdest ads I've ever seen from a Counter-Strike team, that being Vitality. They're giving Fnatic a run for their money. Just try and watch this one all the way through. Yeah.
Everyone says I've been locked you up in the dungeon without turn on the light. Today, I will light it up on you. Durex, let's game on.
Kayi Juma.
My do.
Yi Jiang Chong Fang Tao Zhuang.
Young Major, man pia.
Lai Major, Kaiju.
That was something else to witness. You know, it's I mean, you even see it in Mezzi's face. All right, you see it in Mezzi's face. He's like, who wrote this script? All right, even he knew this is gonna be posted somewhere. But hey, if you're the partner, maybe that's what you want. This posted all over Reddit. Even if it's memed about, at least they're getting some literal light shown on that product. One last thing for all of you guys as we head into what seems to be your last day of these elimination stage matchups before playoffs. We have some surprises. I want you guys to say what your biggest surprise was. For me, the biggest nice surprise that wasn't necessarily a surprise, but a great thing for people out there, Mongols going through your 3-0 bracket alongside Vitality. Mongols, a playoff run in the making, and for Asian CS, this is I'm so excited. Then, of course, you have what you might call your failures. I don't think Wildcard is too big of a shock down there, but Big Clan, unfortunately, they are a couple of your first teams out. In the making, though, we have some upsets with Maus and Na'Vi, both 1 and 2. What the frick is going on? That's where elimination stage best of ones. I mean, this is kind of crazy. This just reminds you how crazy the majors are, right? Best of ones. What are we doing? And we should have known all these other teams were going to be in the 2-1, 1-2 mix. But to see Na'Vi and Maus both down there, meaning one team is not going to make it, is crazy, especially after their late runs, and especially a team like Na'Vi to even be in contention of not making a major playoff. That does suck. One last talking point for all of you, though, as we approach this, you know, Vitality's already through. Everyone else are waiting to see if Spirit and G2, I believe Spirit just going to do just fine in G2 as well, but if those three teams can at least make playoffs, because we still have in contention your #1 CS player for the year, which many people think is going to be the furthest progressing team. Their corresponding MVP will be your top player of this year, that being Munacy, that being Donk, yeah, you know it, and that being Zai Wu. So we'll see who actually can make that happen. So, biggest surprise so far, biggest upset so far. What are you guys thinking? Till next time, take care of yourselves, and we will be back here shortly to break down playoff matchups, CS Major. It's going to be great. Till next time, take care. Ta-ta.